back to my channel. Today I have a mid-June message for all of the Capricorns out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Capricorn out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Capricorn, let's go ahead and dive right into your mid-June message. So Capricorn, we are starting out with deep knowing, white tarot with sensitivity, and the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Okay, so Capricorn, I feel that this month for you, it's really about you becoming increasingly sensitive to the people, to the environment, to things that are around you. I feel that you might already be very sensitive, and I feel that you have a very deep knowing, so you're very in tune with your intuition. But I sort of feel like sometimes you look at this as a bad thing. Almost like having this deep knowing or having this sensitivity, you look at it as something that isn't very good, right? And I feel that what you're needing to do is embrace it and be grateful for it. Because the important thing is for you to recognize that your intuition, while you're very much in tune with it and you have this deep knowing, I feel that this will help better prepare you for the things around you. You'll know what's good for you and what's not. And it's also about being more open to the environments around you and understanding with great clarity what individuals are good for you and which ones are not. I feel that you ultimately need to understand that having this sensitivity and having this deep knowing is really about being of service, not only to others, but to yourself, right? Because you might be someone who gives and gives and gives to others, but doesn't necessarily give to yourself enough. And this is how that sensitivity and that deep knowing is really going to come into play. So it could also be that for some of you, you're just now stepping into this sensitivity, into this deep knowing, and you're just unsure of whether you should trust it or whether you should acknowledge it. And for some of you, if this is brand new to you, it could make you feel like you're going crazy. And I want to just let you know right now, Capricorn, that you're not. This is really about, it's almost like a superpower for you. And this is where you're needing to trust it, because it's going to really help guide you. It's going to help you make very conscious choices in your life. And it's going to help you as you become more familiar with it and you become more in tune with it. It is going to help you make better choices, take better action around, situations, around people, being in certain specific environments. It's going to be vital for you. So we are starting off with the Chariot and the Star card. So the beautiful thing about the Chariot is that the Chariot is really about our sense of willpower and the amount of will that it takes to steer ourselves in the direction of our heart's calling. I do feel that what Spirit wants you to know is that this deep knowing, whether you have this innate ability here, Capricorn, to just know without a shadow of a doubt of what someone is saying without even saying it out loud, or whether someone's telling the truth or not. This deep knowing is really what is going to lead you towards success and towards the right things for you. The Star card is really about going for it. It's really about trusting that, our own gut instincts are leading us in the direction of success, or leading us towards the things that we ultimately want for ourselves. And the thing with the Star card is that it helps us have hope, right? It gives us that sense of guidance. And I want to point out that this deep knowing, this intuition that is coming up for you, it's really your sense of guidance. It's never going to lead you astray. It is always going to lead you in the right direction. It really truly connects you to that higher heart, to that higher aspect of who you are. And it's wanting you to be inspired by that. It's wanting you to recognize that by being inspired by this deep knowing and trusting it, it is always going to lead you in the right direction. It is never going to lead you astray. That's the important thing, okay? So we have the Six of Swords now with the Five of Wands. So what this is saying is that, you know, your sensitivity is basically your rite of passage. It is always going to help you become aware. It's sort of like your own radar system. It's going to help you be aware of whether you're with the right people, whether you're in the right job, whether you're in the right environment. And sometimes it can cause a lot of inner conflict, right? Because a lot of times, especially if this is new for you, you're going to be like, should I trust this? Am I really right about this, right? But that inner conflict is really what is going to help you learn to trust it and recognize when those instincts that kick in, that deep knowing kicks in, is ultimately going to help you become more in tune with that and help you trust it that much more. I want to point out here, Capricorn, that, you know, when you start really learning to trust your intuition, it isn't something that you trust automatically, wholeheartedly. Sometimes you will question it, and that's okay. That's okay, because you have to become familiar with how it works with you and how you're receiving the information. I do want to point out that this mid-month is, I feel like you're growing more into your intuition and you're needing to learn to trust it, which means that you're going to have to walk away from certain things, certain people that are no longer vibing with you, right? And you're going to feel that, because you're going to feel the pull, you're going to feel the conflict, you're going to feel like this just doesn't feel right, and it's not going to feel comfortable for you. And understand that the more that you grow with your intuition and your deep knowing and your sensitivity, the more you walk away from people, places, and things. It's okay. It's a part of the process. Now we have the Moon card with the Fool card. Okay. So what this is saying is that I feel that you need to sort of allow yourself to fall into the unknown. And for you, the unknown is trusting your intuition, trusting your sensitivity. You have to sort of allow yourself to dive deep into it, because there's a lot of unknown and uncertainty in it. And the only way that you are truly going to understand it is by allowing yourself to dive deep into it. I feel that the moon here is really wanting to confirm to you here, Capricorn, that a lot of this sensitivity and your intuition and this deep knowing is sort of like a secret. It's a secret that you have been keeping hidden and you've been trying to hide it. But now what it's wanting you to do is take a massive leap of faith and trust it. Let it go. Don't hide it anymore. Allow it to sort of rise within you so that you could truly be authentically you and experience life the way you are meant to experience life. I feel that with the Fool, it's you know, you learning to trust it and just allowing it to be. I feel that you will sort of feel a sense of freedom as you go about your life, as you go about your experiences. And I think that you might actually enjoy it a little bit more. We now have the Three of Wands with the World. Okay. The Three of Wands is wanting you to understand that you shouldn't give up hope, right? Like we all have desires and dreams and expectations that we want to fulfill in our lives. And I feel that they're wanting you to understand that, with the Chariot, when you are very willful about what it is you are desiring, you know without a shadow of a doubt that it is going to happen. And you shouldn't try to force it to happen. You know that it will happen when it's meant to happen, almost like dominoes. They'll all fall into place automatically when it's meant to, when it's time, when something sets it into motion. The world is about this enlightenment that you will gain from this experience and from your sensitivity and your deep knowing here, Capricorn. And this enlightenment that you have is sort of going to put you at a different level, and it's going to help you sort of create newer cycles for yourself and live new experiences that you ultimately wouldn't be experiencing otherwise. So this is good. This means that you are elevating. You are growing more into self-mastery, and you are building upon that. The Eight of Pentacles here with the Two of Wands is really stating that the more that you practice this, the more that you tune into this, your intuition and your sensitivity, the better at it that you are going to become. That eventually there will be no second guessing. There will be no conflict. It will just become automatic. It'll become second nature. It'll just be a part of your life, and it will help guide you so that you could plan for your future and move towards the things that you ultimately desire. And things will become a lot clearer for you. You'll have a better understanding of where you're going. I do feel that you are going through a massive awakening right now, and it is going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of patience. It is going to take some getting used to, because this is an entirely new experience for you, Capricorn. But I do feel that the more that you do this, the more that you trust your instincts, the more that you trust that deep knowing and that intuition and your sensitivity, you're going to start building towards a better future. And I feel that ultimately it's going to lead you towards this life of service like the High Lord. That is ultimately where you're going. You could be a high lady, you could be a high lord. It doesn't matter. What sex you are does not matter. What matters is that you need to be an embodiment of who you are intuitively. And this is what is transpiring for you. So it's blossoming to the point now that you're needing to learn to trust it, and trust it wholeheartedly, because that is what is going to lead you towards this life, a new future, something bigger and better for yourself. That will ultimately create so much joy, so much happiness, so much wealth and prosperity for you. So Capricorn, this is your message this month. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.